ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदा सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So we are going to discuss this shloka 3.15.47, the shloka which is there at the bottom of the page. So we are discussing this four Kumaras when they went to take darshan of Lord Vishnu in Vaikunta. They were stopped by the doorkeeper Jay and Vijay. The four Kumaras became angry and they cursed Jay and Vijay. They take birth as the demons. And then the Jay Vijay immediately begged forgiveness from the four Kumaras. So at that time, Lord Vishnu arrives at that spot and he will pacify the four Kumaras. That comes in third canto, 16th chapter. But the last 14 shlokas of the third canto, 15th chapter, these 14 verses, 15th chapter, 37 to 50th shloka. These 14 shlokas are the subject of discussion by Jiva Goswami. Why he has taken these 14 shlokas? In these 14 shlokas, we can see that the four Kumaras, previously they were situated in the impersonal Brahman realization. But they became completely transformed, being influenced by the transcendental features of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They became devotees. Therefore, this action is analyzed by Jiva Goswami in detail to show that how bhakti is superior to the impersonal Brahman realization. And the name, form, qualities, and the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, how they are transcendental in nature. Unlike the Advaitavadis who say that it's all in Sattva Guna. Whereas the Visheshanas of the Supreme Lord, they are transcendental in nature. That is proved very clearly in this particular section. So the last section of this chapter is the prayers offered by the four Kumaras. 5 shlokas in which they offer prayers. So we discussed one shloka, 46th shloka we discussed, 47th shloka we began. So we'll again go through that. Somebody can repeat after me. Tam tvam vidama bhagavan paramatma tattvam
Tam tvam vidan bhagavan paramatma tattvam
satvena sampratiratim rachayantamesham.
satvena samprativratim rachayantamesham
Yattenu tapa viditair dridabhakti yogair
yatte nutapa viditai drida bhakti yogair
udgranthayo hridi vidur munayo viragaha.
udgranthayoridi vidur munayo viragaha.
So the four Kumaras are asked, addressing the Lord by the word Bhagavan. O Lord, huh, through this form of yours, Satvena, Satvena refers to the form of the Supreme Lord is constituted of unalloyed being. So through this form of yours, constituted of unalloyed being, Shuddha Sattva, you are at present, Samprati means right now, at present. Ratim Rachayantam, you are inducing love in these devotees. Rachim Rachayantam. You are awakening love in all of us. Tvam Vidam, we know you in this very form to be the Paramatma Tattvam, to be the supreme truth. Parama Atma Tattvam, to be the supreme truth of the self. Yatte Anutapa Viditair Drida Bhakti Yogair Udgrantayo Hridi Vidur Munayo Viraga. We know this. We know you in this very form to be the supreme truth of the self, which the Munayaha, great sages, Hridi Viduhu, realize within their hearts. Viragaha, after cutting asunder the knots of false ego. and becoming free from material attachment. Udgrantayo viragaha. Udgrantayo means after cutting asunder the knots of ego and becoming free from material attachment through Drida Bhakti Yoga, through firm devotional service. Te Anutapa Viditair, understood through your mercy. Anutapa means mercy. So they are actually glorifying. So previously they were attached to the impersonal Brahman. But now they are saying very clearly, your form is the Parama Atma Tattvam, is the supreme truth of the self. Satvena, it is composed of Shuddha Sattva. Ratim, Ratim Rachayantam, it is actually awakening love in all of us. And great sages who are detached, who have removed their false ego, they actually realize this form. So they realize this form by Drida Bhakti Yoga. So Jiva Goswami's explanation. Jiva Goswami giving explanation in the form of a conversation between the Lord and the Kumaras. Nanu Pitropadishtam Bhavatam Adrishyam Atma Tattvakyam Rahah. Nanu Pitropadishtam Bhavatam Adrishyam Atma Tattvakyam Rahah. Aham tu anya eva syam drishyatvat. So the Lord raises an objection by the mystery that your father instructed. Your father instructed you in some confidential knowledge. But whatever he's instructed you, that particular subject matter of the Param Satya is invisible, adrishya. Pitropadishtam bhavatam adrishyam atma tattvam akyam rakah. Whatever confidential knowledge which your father instructed you about the absolute truth, that absolute truth is invisible, adrishyam. But aham tu, but on the other hand, I am different from the truth because drishyatvat, because I am actually seen by you. I am visible to you. Therefore, your father, what he instructed you, I am different from what your father instructed. Like that, the Lord is giving a argument here. And then four Kumaras are saying, Naivam. Naivam. That is not so. Asmat pratyabhigyaya Veda nirasadityahuhu tam twamiti. Because asmat pratyabhigyaya. Pratyabhigyaya means by realizing you, by recognizing you. By recognizing you, Veda nirasadi ityahuhu. By recognizing you, any idea which we had before, any idea we had that you are different from the Brahman, that idea has been eliminated. By recognizing you, whatever idea, conception we had that the personal form is different from the impersonal Brahman, or it is of the different nature from the Nirakara Brahman, that has been eliminated. Hey Bhagavan, Param Kevalam Atma Tattvam, Brahma Swarupam, Tvam Vidama. Vidama means Vidmaha. Pratyabhijanimaha. So they are saying that, hey Bhagavan, O Supreme Lord, we know you. That means we recognize you as the supreme or the exclusive truth of the self. Kevala Atma Tattvam, Brahma Swarupam, the very embodiment of Brahman. In that way only we know you. We know that you are the Parama Atma Tattvam, you are the very embodiment of Brahman. This is our understanding. This is our realization. Kena Pratyabhijanita. Again, the Lord is asking a question. How did you recognize me? And then they are saying that Samprati Aduna Satvena. Through the manifestation of your Shuddha Sattva, we recognized you. Or Asmas Sweta Asmas Yetad Rupa Avirbhavena. So through this manifestation of Shuddha Sattva, or in other words, through the manifestation of this very form that is present before us at this exact moment. Asmasu Yetat Rupa Avirbhavena. By the very form which is present in front of us, by the Shuddha, which is composed of Shuddha Sattva, we actually recognize you. Yetavantam kalam na jnatavanto vayam. That means till this time we did not know you. Till this time we did not know you. Adunatu sakshat anubhavena nishchitavantaha sma ityartaha. But now we have come to know you very clearly. Nishchitavantaha sma. Through the direct experience. Sakshad anubhavena. That's why Krishna says that Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartamavayam. Pratyaksha Vagamam. By devotional service, one can directly experience the truth. Sakshad Anubhavena Nichitavantaha Sma Ityartaha. Tvam Shuddha Chitta Vritto Brahmavat Netre Api Asmakam Spurasi Natu Drishyattvena Iti Bhavaha. Just as you manifest internally as the Brahman in the state of Shuddha Chitta, in the state of pure awareness. Shuddha Chitta Vritto, which is free from all the mental modifications. When the consciousness in the pure state, Shuddha Chitta, so at that time all the mind becomes freed from all the material modifications. Chitta Vritti. Mind becomes freed from all the material vasanas. So, just as you manifest internally as the Brahman, the state of pure awareness, free from mental modifications, you are now also manifest to our eyes. Tvam Shuddha Chitta Vritto Brahmavan. So previously, when we were situated in the impersonal Brahman realization, that time, the impersonal Brahman was manifest to us in our mind, which was freed from Chitta Vritti. But now, in front of our eyes, Netre api asmakam spurasi. But now, you have manifest in front of our eyes. Netre api asmakam spurasi, natu drishyattvena iti bhava. The sense is that the Kumaras recognize the Lord because he himself manifested before them through his internal potency. And not because that he can be seen with our eyes. Natu drishyattvena iti bhavaka. That means like we cannot see the Supreme Lord on our own effort with our own eyes. Only when the Lord chooses to reveal himself, then we can see. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo na medaya na bahuna shrutena. Yam yeveisha vivrinate tanum swam. Tasyaisha atma yam yeveisha vivrinate ekalabhya tasyaisha atma vivrinate swam. So the Lord revealed himself to the four Kumaras. And then further, na kevalam प्रत्यभिज्ञा मात्र मित्याहुः येषाम् अस्माकं रतिं रचयन्तं. Not only we are able to experience your form, but you are also awakening love in us. Asmakam ratim rachayantam. We also perceive that you are inducing love in these devotees. Anyata ratirapi tvai asmakam nodbhaved iti bhavaha. Or otherwise, love for you would never have been awakened in us. Anyata, otherwise, love for you can never be awakened in us, because a person who is in a Brahman realized platform, he will not be affected by any of the emotions. He will not be affected by any of the emotions. That's what in the Gita Krishna says that Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochati na kankshati. Brahma Bhuta stage, the stage where a person becomes like a entity without any emotions. He neither hankers nor laments. But at present, not only you are visible to us, but you are also awakening us love in us. Otherwise, love for you would never have been awakened in us. In the Brahman realized platform. And then further he says, Niraham manaditvena anyesham api atma ramanam anyato ratyabhavameva dyotayantas tadatma tattvam ahuhu. So the Kumaras address the Lord as the Parama Atma Tattva, as the truth of the self, indicating that not only they, but other Atma Ramas besides themselves, they also have no attraction for anything else. Since they are free of material ego and pride. Niraham manaditvena anyesham api Atma Ramanam anyato ratya abhavameva jyotayantas tadatma tattvam ahu. Even the other Atma Ramas, they have no attraction for anything other than the Atma Tattva, because they are free of all the material ego and pride. And then they say that tatraiva sadhana vaishishtyat kimapi vaishishtyam chahuhu. Kimapi vaishishtyam cha ahuhu. Yat tvad rupatvena avir bavad rupatvena avir bavad atma tattvam te anutapaha kripa tenaiva viditair dridabhakti yogair viduhu. Nevertheless, so these Atma, nevertheless, they also state that this Atma Tattva appears in a distinct way. Sadhana Vaishishtyat. Kimapi Vaishishtyam Chahu. The Atma Tattva appears in a distinct way according to the particular practice, according to the particular sadhana a person follows. Sadhana Vaishishtyat means depending on the particular sadhana a person follows, the Param Satya, the Supreme Absolute Truth, manifests in that particular way, in a particular aspect. So the Atma Tattva that appears as your personal form, the Atma Tattva, the Supreme Truth which appears as a personal form as the Bhagavan, this can be realized only by Drida Bhakti Yoga, only by the sadhana of Drida Bhakti Yoga. Yat tvad rupatvena avirbhavad Atma Tattvam te anutapaha kripa tenaiva vidite Drida Bhakti Yogair vidu. So this Atma Tattva that appears as your personal form can be known only by Drida Bhakti Yoga, staunch devotional service, which is understood by Anutapa alone. Anutapa alone means by your mercy alone. So many shlokas in the Gita Bhagavatam. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvatah. Tato mam tatvato jnatva vishadetad anantaram. Only by bhakti a person can know the Lord. Bhaktyat vananyaya shakya aham yeva vidorjuna jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. So this aspect of the supreme absolute truth, that is the personal Bhagavan, this can be understood only by Dhrida Bhakti Yoga. So depending on the particular sadhana, a person perceives a different aspect of the absolute truth, impersonal Brahman or Paramatma or the Bhagavan. But this aspect of the Bhagavan form is only known through the Dhrida Bhakti Yoga. And then further, Yadva Anutapo Dainyam Tena Viditais Te Tava Dhrida Bhakti Yogaihi. Alternatively, the word Anutapa can be understood as humility, Dainyam, which would then mean that your devotion is known through humility. That is why the Bhagavad Gita 13th chapter, the first item of knowledge, first item of the process of knowledge is that Amanitvam, Adambitvam. Amanitvam means humility. So Anutapa also means humility. That means your devotion is known through humility. So Kidrishaha, what kind of people can know me? And then he says that Udgrantayo Nirahammanaha. Udgrantayo Nirahammanaha. Those people who have cut asunder the knots in their hearts. Those people who have cut off the false ego in their hearts. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. Being freed from all the upadis. Atayeva viragaha. Or in other words, those devoid of material ego and pride, and who are thus free from material attachment. Viragaha. Tadevam pitranu varnitarahaha. Tadevam pitranu varnitarahaha ityatra rahashabdascha rahashabdascha tuhu shloki ritya prema bhaktereva vachaka iti vyanjitam. So therefore, when it is said that the mysteries described by the Father, Pitra Anuvarnita Rahaha. Raha means confidential, mystery. The confidential truth described by our Father. What is the confidential truth which is referring to? It is referring to the Prema Bhakti, loving devotion. As it also does in the context of the 4 Chatushloki Vasat of the Bhagavatam. Prema Bhaktereva Vachaka iti Vanjitam. That can be inferred that the mystery which the Lord Brahma described is nothing but Prema Bhakti, because only by Bhakti one can understand the Supreme Lord. So we'll just go through the commentary to this particular section. You can read the commentary.
Anyone wants to read? The Lord raises a doubt. Brahma instructed you in the philosophical truth of the self, Atma Tattva, or Brahman. But since that truth is beyond the senses, whereas I am visible, I must be different from it. So, how can you claim that you are now directly seeing the mystery, Raha, that Brahma described to you? In response, the Kumaras say that they recognize the Lord as the same Atma Tattva. In addition, however, they mention that this manifestation has 2 peculiarities. It has a form constituted of being, Satvena. And it induces love, Ratim Rachayatam. Not only the Kumaras, but other sages who are free from material attachment attain the Lord through firm devotion performed with humility. The popular meaning of the word anutap is remorse or penitence, and it has been understood as such in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.14.44 and Srimad Bhagavatam 3.15.36. In the latter verse, directly connected to the events being narrated, Sridhar Swami glosses it as Kripa Nimitto Nuttapaha, or the remorse that was induced by the Lord's mercy. It is for this reason that Sri Jiva Prabhu has given mercy as the first meaning of Anutapa here in this context. In fact, for the ordinary Jiva, lost in the material world, an awareness of the deluded nature of conditioned life leads to penitence or humility. This comes only by the grace of the Lord and his devotees. Danya or humility is one of the 6 components of Sharanagati.
So we can see that the 6 components of Sharanagati, anukulyasya sankalpa, pratikulyasya varjanam, rakshayishyati vishwaso, goptrutve varanam tata, atma nikshepa karpanya. Karpanya is same as dainya. Dainya, humility, is one of the 6 items of Sharanagati. So the 4 Kumaras are expressing remorse for their act of cursing the 2 doorkeepers. For example, an example for Dainya is given in the prayers of Muchukunda. So Muchukunda says in his prayer, Chiramiha Vrijinartastapyamano tapyamano nutapair avitrisha shad amitrolabda shanti katanchit asharanada samupetastvatpadabjam paratman abhayamamritam ashokam pahimapannamisha. So Muchukunda says that, O Lord, for so long I have been pained by the miseries in this world and I have been burning with remorse for my sins. Anutapa. The 6 enemies are never satisfied, and so I can find no peace. Please protect me, O giver of shelter. For I am in danger and have approached your lotus feet, the source of fearlessness. Source of fearlessness, immortality, and freedom from sorrow. A similar verse also comes in Prahlad Maharaj's prayer. Jihvaika tochuta vikarshati ma vitrupta granonyatas chapaladrik pachakarma shaktir. Jihvaika tochuta vikarshati ma vitrupta shishnonyatas chapaladrik shishnonyatas chapaladrik pachakarma shaktir granonyatak. Shloka. Or wait one minute. जिह्वैकतोच्युत विकर्षति मा वितृप्ता शिष्णोऽन्यतस्त्वगुदरं श्रवणं कुतश्चित् घ्राणोऽन्यतश्चपलदृक्पच कर्मशक्तिर्बह्व्यः सपत्न्य इव गेहपतिं लुनन्ति. So Prahlad Maharaj says that I am being pulled in all different directions with the different senses, by my tongue, by my ears, by my nostrils, by my eyes, and by the genitals. All the senses are pulling me in different directions. Just like a Bhakvya Sapatnya Iva, a person who has many wives, and that man is pulled by all the different wives in different directions. Bhakvya Sapatnya Iva Gehapatim Lunanti. So therefore, how can I actually take shelter of you? So my position is like that of a person who has many wives, who is being pulled in different directions. How my tongue is attracted to palatable dishes, genitals to sex with and the sense of touch to contact the soft things. So therefore, I'm terribly embarrassed. I'm being pulled in different directions. In a similar mode, Muchukunda is also saying that the six enemies are never satisfied. I can find no peace. This is an example of a verse spoken by a devotee in humility. So Kumaras in this verse are once again indicating that Brahman is a feature of Bhagavan and that Bhagavan is the more complete, or in other words, the more inclusive reality. That is why Krishna says that Brahmano hi pratishtaham. I am the basis of the Brahman. Alright, we'll go to the next. Somebody raise the hand. Madhur Leela Mataji had raised the hand.
Yes, Prabhuji, I would like to read. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. When we go after we go through this Sanskrit, this one you can read.
Okay.
So now the 48th shloka. 48th shloka means 3.15.48. That is the shloka. So somebody can repeat after me.
Yes,
Na
Prabhuji.
नात्यन्तिकं विगणयन्त्यपि ते प्रसादम्
नात्यन्तिकं विगणयन्त्यपि ते प्रसादम्
किन्त्वन्यदर्पितभयं ब्रुव उन्नयैस्ते
किं त्वन्यदर्पितं भयं भ्रुव उन्नयेस्ते
येङ्गत्वदाङ्ग्रशरणा येङ्गत्वदङ्घ्रिशरणा भवतः कथायाः
तदा what is it त्वदङ्घ्रि शरणा भवतः कथाया
कीर्तन्यतीर्थयशस कुशलारसज्ञाः
कीर्तन्यतीर्थस्य शस कुशलारसज्ञा.
Very profound shloka actually. Kumaras are speaking a very profound shloka. So they are addressing the Lord by the word Anga. Anga. They are addressing the Lord by the word Anga. O Lord, those people who have taken shelter of your feet, ye tvad angri sharana, ye bhavatah twadangri sharana, those people who have taken shelter of your lotus feet, kirtanya tirtha yashasah kushala rasajnaha. Kushala means skillful. Skillful in what? Kirtanya tirtha yashasa, who are skillful in narrating your stories. And rasajnaha, who relish the aesthetic beauty of such topics, who relish the bhakti rasa in those topics. So three qualities are mentioned. Twadangri sharanaha, those who have taken shelter of your feet. Second, Kirtanya Tirtha Yashasaha Kushalaha, who are skillful in narrating your topics. Third, Rasajnaha, who are expert in tasting the Bhakti Rasa in those topics. And these topics are Kirtanya, they are worthy of recitation. Kirtanya, they are worthy of recitation. And these topics are capable of transporting us across the ocean of samsara. These topics are Kintu Anyad Arpita Bayam Gurva Unnayaiste. These topics are capable of transporting us across the ocean of samsara. So those people who have taken shelter of your feet, who are skillful in narrating your stories, and who relish the bhakti rasa in those topics, which are worthy of recitation and capable of transporting us across the ocean of samsara, such people na viganayanti. They do not give importance. They do not give regard to atyantikam. They do not give regard even to the ultimate liberation. Atyantikam means ultimate liberation. They don't consider that even the ultimate liberation as your mercy. Atyantikam tava prasadam na viganayanti. They don't consider the ultimate liberation as your mercy. If they don't consider the ultimate liberation as your mercy, kintu anyadarpita bayam, then what to speak of any other rewards? Because all other rewards, going to heavenly planets, or acquiring a position of a king or any material benefit, all other rewards are abhayam, Bruva unnayaiste. All other rewards are rendered fearful by the raising of your eyebrows. That means by the raising of your time factor. If these people, the devotees who have taken shelter of your lotus feet, who are skillful in narrating the topics of you, who are expert in relishing the bhakti rasa in your topics, such people, they don't give regard even to the ultimate liberation. Then what to speak of other benedictions, which are anyway destroyed by the due course of time, which are rendered fearful by the mere raising of your eyebrows. Burva unnayaiste. Just like similar to Dhruva Maharaj's prayer. Ya nirvritis tanubrutam tava pada padma dhyanad bhavat janakata shravanena vasyad sa brahmanisva mahiman apinata mabhut kim tvantakasi lulitat patatam vimanat. Dhruva Maharaj also offered a similar prayer. Those people who relish the Krishna Katha, they don't give importance to impersonal Brahman, then what to speak of the other benedictions like going to heaven, etc., which are anyway destroyed by the time factor. And then, so explanation of this, Jiva Goswami's explanation. Ata purvam abeda matayopi samprati Swarupananda Shakti Vilasair Vichitrita Matayo Bhuyo Api Vedatmikam Bhaktimeva Prartayitum Bhaktanam Sukha Atishayamahuhu Natyantikamiti Atyantikam Moksha Lakshanam Tava Prasadamapi Kimuta Anyad Indradipadam. So, although the four Kumaras had previously adopted the doctrine of absolute non-distinction, that means previously they were impersonalists. Purvam abeda matayo api, but samprati, but now they had become aware of the Swarupananda Shakti Vilasair Vichitrita Matayo. Now they have become aware of the transcendental varieties within the absolute truth. How in the transcendental platform there are varieties, Lord's qualities, Lord's form, Lord's pastime. Now they have become aware of the transcendental varieties within the absolute truth, manifested by the actions of the internal potency of the bliss. Vedatmikam bhakti meva manifested by the actions of the internal potency of the bliss. So therefore in this verse, they glorified the abundance bliss felt by the devotees. In doing so, their intention is to pray for the boon of devotional service alone. So they are praising the abundant bliss experienced by the devotee. That is why this verse says that Twadangri Sharana Kirtanya Tirtha Yashasaha Kushala Rasagya. They are praising the abundant bliss experienced by the devotees. Therefore, their intention is to pray for the devotional service alone, which accommodates distinction within the non-dual entity. So the devotees do not consider even the ultimate liberation as a Lord's mercy, what to speak of anything other than that, like the post of Indra, post of Chandra, post of Brahma. They don't give regard to that. So now you can read. The commentary you can read in this verse.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll just read. The commentary in this verse, the Kumara's intention is. I should read from above. Although the Kumaras
Okay, you can
had.
read.
Although the Kumaras had previously adopted the doctrine of absolute non-distinction, also known as radical non-dualism, they had now become aware of transcendental varieties within the absolute, manifested by the actions of the internal potency of bliss. So, in this verse, they glorified the abundance of bliss felt by devotees. In doing so, their intention is to pray for the boon of devotional service alone, which accommodates distinction within the non-dual entity, non-dual unity. The devotees do not consider even the ultimate atyantika, namely liberation, as the Lord's mercy. What to speak of anything else, such as the post of Lord Indra. Commentary. In this verse, the Kumara's intention is expressed even more explicitly. Atyantika, that is the ultimate, refers to liberation. Devotees who have been blessed with a taste of the Lord's pastimes give, can you just scroll up? Give no importance to liberation. Rather, they abhor it because liberation is devoid of transcendental variety and hence does not afford one the possibility of rendering service to the Lord. As such, it cannot compare even to a drop of the bliss of devotion. Srila Rupa Goswami confirms this in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. If the bliss of Brahman realization were to be multiplied billions of times, it still could not compare even to a drop from the ocean of bliss that is Bhakti. BRS 1138. Thus, the devotees do not accept liberation even if the Lord offers it to them. Sri Kapila said, without devotional service, pure devotees do not accept any kind of liberation. Salokya, Sarshti, Samipya, Sarupya, or Ekatva, even if offered by the Supreme Lord Himself.
So here we see that Kapila Dev's verse is quoted, Salokya Sarti Samipya Sarupyaikatvam Apyuta Diyamanam na Grihnanti Vinamat Sevanam Jana. My devotees do not accept even the personal liberation if it is not accompanied with the service. And then Vishwanath Chakravarti says a beautiful point in this current shloka of this anuccheda, that definitely the bliss of being in the personal presence of the Lord is definitely superior to Brahmananda. But not only that, this shloka is saying that even those people who are not in the personal presence of the Lord, but who are experiencing the hearing of Harikatha, even when not in the direct personal presence of the Lord, even that is also superior to Brahmananda. Therefore, Kumara say that not only those blessed with the awareness of the aesthetic relish of such katha, that the only those who are blessed with the only those people who are blessed with the awareness of the taste of bhakti rasa, they are the truly expert people. They are the truly fortunate people. And the taste of Bhakti Rasa in hearing Krishna Katha, even that is superior to Brahmananda. Not just going to the spiritual world or being in the personal presence of the Lord, even the taste of Bhakti Rasa in hearing Krishna Katha, that is superior to Brahmananda. And therefore, Shravana is the first step in devotional service. So if even those dedicated to hearing the Lord's pastimes, if they have no regard for liberation, Shravana is the first step in bhakti. Even those who are the first step of bhakti, if they have no regard for liberation, then definitely it goes without saying that those who have established a personal relationship with the Lord, they will definitely care nothing for Brahmananda. So generally we see that people take great interest in gossiping about the temporary ephemeral beauty of this world. Generally, they don't show any interest in the spiritual life. But like there's so much of great interest about suppose when a movie gets released, how much talk, how much effort for publicity, how many people give review about the movie, so many articles are written, so many interviews are made. So if a person can become absorbed in hearing about the dead bodies, which are full of blood, urine, stool, and bones, which have no real beauty in them, then one can only imagine the deep meditation of those who hear about the super excellent dealings of the transcendently beautiful Lord with his wonderful loving devotees. If people can become absorbed in the dead material bodies, temporary bodies, which are filled with stool, urine, etc., then one can only imagine the deep meditation of those who hear about the Krishna Katha, the transcendental dealings between Krishna and his loving devotees. So this is this anuccheda. Then we will just next one we will just begin. Not be able to complete. Next is the 49th shloka, 3.15.49. Profound shloka. Kumara sir offering a profound prayer. Somebody can recite behind me.
Yes, sir. Can I? Yes, Prabhuji, can I?
Yes. Kamam bhava svrijinair nirayeshu nastāch.
Kamam bhava swarvarjinair nastāch.
Chetolivat yadinute padayorameta.
Chetolivad yadinute padayorameta.
Vachascha nastulasivad yaditengri-shobhah.
Vachascha nastulasivad yaditengri-shobha.
Puryeta te gunaganair yadikarnarandraha.
Puryeta te gainar yadikarnarandhra.
So the Kumaras are
Prabhuji,
saying
so
that.
sorry to interrupt. So that after that yadi te gra will be gri, it will be right, greeder, right? It will be greeder. Is it right? Yadi
Yadi tengri.
tengri. Okay, yeah, tengri. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Vachascha nastulasivat yaditengri-shobhah. Of course, shobhah, it is followed by pakara, it will be ardha visarga. But if I just when I chant the first half separately, then you can pronounce the visarga fully. Vachaschanas yaditengri-shobhah. I can pronounce the visarga completely. But if I pronounce the complete line together, then I should pronounce as the ardha visarga. वाचश्च नस्तुलसीवत् यदि तेऽङ्घ्रिशोभा पूर्येत te gunagaнаiryadi karnarandraha. So in a pronounced now, the visarga is not distinctly pronounced. Yadi te shobha puryeta te gunaganair karnarandraha. The last visarga is pronounced completely, but the middle visarga, because it is followed by pakara, then it is pronounced as a ardha visarga, half visarga. So now the Kumaras are saying that Puryeta, we will gladly accept birth in any hell. So we will gladly accept birth in any of the hellish planets because of our sins. Svavrijinair nirayeshu nastat, nahastat. Naha means us. Kamam bhavaha svavrijinair, by our sins. They are repenting for the curse they pronounced upon the Jaya Vijay. So for that, nirayeshu nahasat. We will gladly accept birth in any hell because of our sins. If only our minds can take pleasure. Chetoli alivad. Alivad. Ali means what? Beef. Chetaha means our mind. Chetaha alivad yadi nute padayo ramet. If only our minds can take pleasure like the bees in your lotus feet, then we will gladly accept even birth in any of the hellish planets. And vachascha nas tulasi vad yadi tengri shobha. If our words may beautify your feet, vachascha naha vachaha tulasi vad yadi tengri shobha. If our words can beautify your feet like tulasi, and puryeta te gunaganair yadi karnarandraha. If our ears be filled with the glorification of your virtues, that means if we can get opportunity for hearing about you, if we get opportunity to glorify you, and if we get opportunity to if we get opportunity for our mind to think of your lotus feet, then we don't mind going to hell and taking birth there. For the sins we have committed, we don't mind going to hell as long as we have the opportunity for hearing about you, glorifying you, and our minds can take pleasure in you. So we can see a very profound prayer. Generally, the impersonalists, they want to get rid of the material body. They want Kaivalya Mukti because they feel that all the senses they have experience of, all the senses are the source of distress. Because of the material body, material form, material senses, we have experienced countless miseries in countless lifetimes. The impersonalists, they just want to get rid of the body. They want to get rid of the individuality. But the devotees, when a person becomes a devotee, the devotees want the senses because the senses can be utilized in the service of Krishna. So what the impersonalists reject, the devotees want. Impersonalists reject the senses, but the Prithu Maharaj says that I want millions of years. Na kamaye nata tadapyaham kvachin nayatra yushma charanam pujasavaha mahattamantar hridayan mukachyuto vidatsva karna yutamesha me varaha. He says that I want millions of years. I never want liberation. Because in liberation, there's no opportunity to hear about you. On the other hand, I have millions of years to hear Krishna Katha, which is going on in different places. Similarly, here the four Kumaras are saying that we don't mind taking birth in hell. If we get an opportunity to hear about you, speak about you, and if our mind can become absorbed in your lotus feet. So it's a very profound prayer. We'll go through the explanation of this in the next class. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions?
Prabhuji, is it okay to ask about in Bhagavad Gita something?
First we'll take
Okay,
questions
okay.
related to the and then
Okay, okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Oh, sorry.
Can I ask, Prabhu?
Yes, sir.
Prabhuji, what is that Tippani of Jiva Goswami for Bhagavatam? Entire Bhagavatam he has given Tippani, right?
Yeah. Krama Sandarbha.
Oh, Kramasundar. Okay.
But 10th canto Tippani is called as, I think, Lagu Vaishnava Toshani.
Okay. And
Other is called as Krama Sandarbha.
the print is available in the market in English.
Bhanu Maharaj has translated into English.
Oh, Kramasundar. And Lagu Bhagavata Toshani. Lagu Bhagavata.
Yeah, I think Lagu Vaishnava Toshani.
Lagu Vaishnava.
10th canto, Bhanu Maharaj has translated, but there is also another translation in Hindi, which is done much better. I've purchased that actually. 10th canto, there's one Gaudiya Vaishnava. He comes in the Raghunath Bhatta Goswami's disabling succession. His name is Achyutalal Bhatta Goswami, very renowned Gaudiya Vaishnava staying in Vrindavan. He has published through the Harinam Press only the 10th canto, 3 commentaries: Sridhar Swami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and Jiva Goswami. In Hindi translation. If we can read Hindi, that is the most accurate translation of the 10th canto commentaries. He has done very nice. Bhanu Maharaj, this one is available in English.
What is the name of the author, Prabhu? Just repeat.
Achyutalal Bhatta Goswami.
Okay.
So only the 10th canto comes in some 9 volumes or something. It costs some 5,000-6,000 something. I'm not remembering the exact price, but around that.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mata.
I don't have a question to ask, but just wanted to voice my inner thoughts that whenever I've been reading about the four Kumaras, I used to always get like amazed at just by smelling the tulsi leaves, how they got transformed from impersonalism to personalism.
Mm-hmm.
So in the initial days, I used to smell the tulsi leaves. What is there in the tulsi leaves ka smell that they got so attracted to it. And then now whenever I go, I always because of this story, I always just take the tulsi leaves in my hand, hold it for some time, and then when I keep it, and then I smell my hand. And here in USA, I have no tulsi leaf, so I just imaginary, I just put a tulsi leaf and I offer the bhoga. So I'm missing that smell, and what this story used to give me the habit of smelling the tulsi leaf. I miss it over here. Just wanted to share this. So that's it.
Thank you, Mata. Thank you for sharing or Shyam Mukund Dhruva shared Vritrasur prayer. That is also can be quoted for humility. You are in USA, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji,
Okay.
I'm in Washington.
Washington.
So, yeah, and I miss Maharaj in Seattle for just by one day. Maharaj left here, I think, on 21st, and I came here on 22nd. So, I
Okay.
really miss him. So, thank you, Prabhuji, for your association.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna and lovely Pokumara's prayers. Thank you.
Deepika KD Mata, you had a question in Bhagavad Gita.
Yes. Prabhuji, if you can just explain, I know you've done this ample times, but as how you explained about this impersonalist and personalist and how they are deprived of this transcendental variety, etc. So if you can tell me about the Sankhya Yoga, like just few lines, like how would you explain?
Sankhya Yoga.
Yes.
Sankhya Yoga, basically, we try to analyze the different elements in this world. Sankhya means to count. We try to analyze all the elements in this world. And then when we studying the elements of this world, ultimately a person comes to the conclusion that the most important element, which is the source of all the elements in this world, is the Bhagavan. That is the conclusion of the Sankhya Yoga. Because when you read Bhagavad Gita also, it comes Bhagavatam 3rd canto, chapter 26. Kapila Dev's teacher, the Sankhya Yoga, that he describes like what are the characteristics of the earth, water, fire, air, mind, intelligence. He describes everything. Finally, the conclusion of the chapter is that the most important element of all the elements is the Supreme Lord, without whom, who is the source of all these elements. Therefore, the conclusion of Sankhya Yoga is here to surrender to Bhagavan. That is the conclusion of Sankhya Yoga. Therefore, Krishna says that Sankhya Yoga upatat bala pravadanti na pandita ekam yav asita samyak ubayor vindate phalam. The goal of Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga both are actually same. In Karma Yoga, a person performs activities, a person performs his duties in the spirit of detachment and offers to the Bhagavan directly. In Sankhya Yoga, a person studies the different elements of this world and then finally comes to the conclusion that Bhagavan is the most important element, and then he starts worshipping the Lord.
So then, like how this Avroha and Aroha. So in Avroha, like the thing is, I mean, the Acharyas have done all their scrutinizedly studying all the scriptures, and then they've given it to us. So we don't have to really go and search for everything because they have given it to us. So similarly, then in Sankhya Yoga, then why it's very difficult for them to accept Bhakti Yoga? Because if the conclusion is this, then I
They
mean,
will come to
it's
that
common
point.
sense, like.
If they go through the process of Sankhya Yoga, then they'll come to that point of Bhakti Yoga.
So then what is the use of analyzing? Because if I've already, like how I said that Avroha means descending process, right? It's already been researched. They have told us everything and now we have to just follow it, parampara system. So how is it that these Sankhya yogis, then why they don't, when they know that the goal is this, then why go through all this? Because you're just wasting your
No,
time.
they don't know the goal, and then they
Huh.
go through the process of Sankhya Yoga, and then they come to the understanding of the goal at the end.
Okay. So in there, the guru, how is it like how in Mayavadis and all they just remove the guru after they reach that liberation.
No,
Then
that is
there's no
not.
sambandh
No,
between.
that is not the. Will not bring that point. Sankhya Yoga means what? It's not talking about a guru, this one. Sankhya Yoga is analyzing the different elements of this world and then to understand the absolute truth. In trying to understand the different elements of this world, yeah, they will take the help of a guru and finally they'll come to the point of that Bhagavan is the most important element. They'll come to the point of surrendering to the Lord. So the conclusion of Sankhya Yoga is same as Bhakti Yoga, same as Karma Yoga. So, Guru point, rejecting the Guru, those things are not coming into the picture. Sankhya Yoga, what is the meaning of Sankhya Yoga? Sankhya means analyzing the different elements of this world. And through the analysis, the person comes to the finally the conclusion. It's an indirect process, roundabout process. But if one will come to the conclusion.
Yeah, but what do they accept that guru? I mean, in this process
Yeah,
of
they will
there's
accept
no
Guru.
rejection. There's
There also they will accept a Guru.
okay.
Yes, Mataji. Raise your hand.
Yeah, Prabhuji, just one thought came in my mind that why these four Kumaras were impersonalists in the beginning. Because they are actually eternal souls born from the mind of Lord Brahma. So maybe I was thinking because Brahma is in the mode of passion, but Brahma also, before creating, he knew that Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Rupa. So he did not teach his children the personalism. I mean, just these thoughts come. So
He did teach personalism. That is why in this verse, Brahma has the four Kumaras. Why they were impersonalists? That's not mentioned. It could be because they got attracted to impersonalism from their past life. They had the samskaras. They were attracted towards impersonalism. That is not mentioned. But Brahmaji definitely taught them about the Bhagavan and the path of bhakti. That is why we read today. But although the Brahmaji spoke about the path of bhakti, they were attached to the impersonalism, and then because Brahmaji's mercy was there, therefore they got darshan of the Lord, and then they got transformed by getting the darshan of the Lord. So Brahmaji's mercy was there, the devotee's mercy was there, but that devotee's mercy manifested in the form of the four Kumaras getting darshan of the Narayana.
right, yes, thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because in just wanting to share something which Prabhuji had said that in this last lecture he had said that you had entered the cave of our heart through our ears, so because he had instructed them in the confidential knowledge of Brahman. So at that time, the Kumaras say that Brahmaji had the Lord had entered the cave of their heart, the core of their heart through their ears. So in this way, you pervaded our entire intelligence. So even though they were situated in impersonal realization, they had heard about how Brahma had explained the personal form of the Supreme Lord. So he had explained to them about the personal form.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Very good. We'll stop here. Thank you, everyone. Sure. Next week we'll continue.
Thank you, Prabhu.
अंतरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री जीव गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय.
Jai.